the consciousness of health. Now, I love that we get to have this conversation today because, as someone who is deeply passionate about health and wellness, as well as our spiritual health, and really these are one in the same because all areas of our life are interconnected, and this is what we're going to be diving into today is how do we heal and how do we attain and to create vibrant health. And it is not just through consciousness, and it is not just through diet, and it is not just through trying to balance both of these. Now, I'm continually always expanding my repertoire and my really awareness and wisdom when it comes to health and healing. As some of you may know, that's really has been my intro into spirituality, is my own health journey and my own health struggles, really struggling with my health from such a young age, truly from the age of 2 years old and almost dying when I was 2.5 in the hospital. And that was the path that my soul chose because it knew that this was going to be such an important thing that I get to learn and co-create and teach and help others with. And being able to help people with their health over the years is really like one of the greatest gifts, because when you get to see someone who has been struggling with something for so long, and for so many people I've witnessed in one session something that they've struggled with for 30 years just disappear, or them discover that it was actually this root cause and then it's gone. And that's really such a gift that I've been able to witness and see. It feels like truly like a magic act that I'm getting to see, except for this is the healing that lasts, is leading people to their own truth. And this is why there is more often than not true lasting healing that comes when going to a conventional doctor's office. Now, there is a time and a place for Western medicine, so I am not saying that we throw it all out. However, for me, I will be utilizing Western medicine in if and when there were ever cases where it was absolutely appropriate. So if one person breaks their arm or a leg, or you are in an accident of some sort, Western medicine is incredible, absolutely incredible. Now, for things that have been transpiring in the body over time, we cannot take this approach of just emergency care and or taking a pill to just suppress the symptoms of it. The body is speaking to us, the body. And this has been something I have been learning deeply, and I am seeing how many layers to this there are, that our body is on our side. Our body is teaching us. Our body is our greatest coach, our greatest cheerleader. And if you've struggled with your body in any type of way, like I have in the past and still continue to find opportunities to learn deeper and listen deeper, then you will hear that sentence that our body is always on our side, and it may evoke confusion and pushback, and that is only because you have not yet learned the messages that your body is communicating with you. And this is the opportunity that we all get to learn the wisdom of our body, that a symptom is not that it has done anything wrong. The symptom is communication. It is communication from our soul, from source. So how does our soul and source communicate with us? Well, through experiences, through people, through situations, and through our body. So often a symptom in the body is a way of the higher self or source saying, there's an adjustment that can be made. There's something that is off track. There is something to look at. There is something we want to get your attention about. There is something taking place that we want you to witness. There is a message we have for you. It is not the body has done anything wrong. And my goodness, for anyone who has gone through chronic health things, autoimmune conditions, dis-ease, and these processes that extend over periods and periods of time, it can be really difficult and challenging. And I feel you, and my heart is with you if that is the case for you, because I know that challenge and that headspace of seeing it feels like you're playing whack-a-mole of one thing goes away and then another comes up, and then one thing goes away and then two come up, and this is an opportunity to surrender to what our soul and source are trying to tell us through the body. And so what I want to bring through today is another way of addressing our bodies, another way of looking and perceiving and decoding these messages from our bodies. Now, here's the thing. When we get so hyper focused on something, what happens to it? Inevitably, it will expand, it will grow, it will get louder. And what happens with this is then it actually oftentimes begins to become this self-fulfilling prophecy, and all of these emotions get intertwined with it. And now, what was initially a very small thing has turned into a large thing, because if we think about the ripples you throw a pebble in the water and the ripples, and it gets larger and larger and larger and larger. And this isn't, this is by divine design, so it is absolutely perfect. It's absolutely the way that our universe works, the way that source has created it, everything is absolutely perfect. However, if we just squash and think that everything will be okay, and then it gets bigger, and then we start to focus on it more and more and more, and it just expands and grows to the point where now it has taken over our life, and so we're so hyper focused on it. Now, what I'm going to offer to you may be so counterintuitive to your conscious mind, but trust me when I say this can shift everything. So, if it is for you health in your life, and you are experiencing any type of pain, dis-ease, ailment, sickness, condition, diagnosis, I would like to invite you to tune into what that energy feels like and you experience it as. Does it feel as though there is a withholding? Does it feel like a lack of health? Does it feel like a sadness? Does it feel like an anger towards the body, towards the situation? What does the energy feel like? And these are just ideas. What feels true for you is true for you. But what I experienced in this, for me, I said, well, if I feel like I have a lack of health, feels like there is not fullness, it feels like it is not flourishing. This was the process that I was led through and was leading myself through as I was looking at my health from this new lens. And so I said, if my health does not feel like it is thriving, if it feels like there is any type of lack, let's now zoom out, because we are, not only is our body an entire ecosystem, an entire universe, an entire, oh my goodness, whole holistic thing. Like, this is why going to a spleen doctor and a head doctor and a liver doctor and an endocrine doctor. Like, we're missing the mark because everything is connected. So not only is everything connected in our body, but all of our life is connected. So if you feel any type of lack in your health, I want you to now perhaps bring to mind or heart, where would you feel a lack in another area of your life? Do you feel as though there is lack in your finances? Do you feel as though there is lack in your intimacy and relationships? Do you feel as though there's lack in your friendships? Do you feel as though there is a lack in your vocation and purpose and career? Do you feel as though there is lack in your purpose? Do you feel as though there is lack in any aspect of your life? Now, if you're beginning to have an awareness, an epiphany, that's beautiful. And I want you to now begin to channel that energy of fullness and seeing how, asking your higher self, asking your guides to show you, how can I bring more fullness, more satiation, more love, more fulfillment to whatever other area of your life that you are experiencing lack, that you are experiencing the sadness, the anger, the whatever emotion it was for you. And the incredible thing that begins to transpire when we do this is when we then begin to pour love and attention and focus into other areas of our life, the one that we are so hyper focused on actually begins to heal as a byproduct. Now, this isn't 100% of the time. This is really an opportunity for us to have balance and no longer be so hyper focused. Now, there are many other things and facets in our health to look at. In fact, the one that my higher self brought through to me today is the formula to health. That is well-being, evolution, consciousness, and divine alignment in one's body and temple. But here's the really beautiful part. The body requires love, light, and sustenance. And so, in what areas of your life is there not love, light, and sustenance? Our health, our bodies, our temple require love, light, and sustenance. Our relationships require love, light, and sustenance. Our finances require love, light, and sustenance. Our purpose requires love, light, and sustenance. Everything is going to require a form of energetic attention. Every area of our life is going to require a form of attention and this love and this attention and sustenance and pouring into. And so while in our bodies, it will be very physical. It can be very physical. When we look at all of the factors and you know, there are a lot of factors that go into our bodies. And so another thing that my higher self brought through is that the body is so complex. It is so complex. We will never be able to understand all of its complexities. And yet, what we're being asked to lean into is the simplicity of it. The simplicity that allows the complexity to be nourished. Because when we foster and facilitate and pour into simplicity, not trying to make everything so complicated. That's really one of the greatest things in our world is complexity. And simplify. When we can simplify, the body receives clear messages. Think of it like you were pouring too many solutions into the pool that the body is like, okay, whoa, hold up. Give me one at a time. One at a time. And so And this is not just food, this is interactions, this is circumstances, situations, food, toxins, chemicals. The body can only take so much. The energetic body can only take so much. So simplify your supplements, your food, your interactions, if you are looking in a space of healing, and then see what is facilitating and what is nourishing, right? And then zoom out and do the same thing in other aspects of your life. Simplify and identify how you can pour this energy into the other areas of your life. I believe that if you do this practice, if you do any of these things, you can 100% completely change your life. Now, you're looking for help and support to identify what area is your higher self asking you to look at, because sometimes it is not the area that we think. Sometimes it's one that our ego doesn't want us to look at. So if you are needing an intuitive guidance and support around not only identifying this, but cultivating that health and vitality and sustenance in all aspects of life, because we can't ignore any of them. We are a soul who came to experience it all. And part of experiencing it all is having balance in all of aspects of our life. We can't just hyper focus on our health or just hyper focus on our career. You came to live a full life. And so these other areas and aspects of your life, they need that love, that sustenance, that light as well. And so if you're needing deeper support with this, reach out. Send me an email, send me a DM, let me know your insights, your takeaways, your realizations. And if you are just seeking to cultivate deeper magic, miracles, and synchronicities all along your path, working with your body and your guides, I welcome you to the Miracle Frequency. The information for that will be below. And with that, I am sending you all infinite love and light.